It's October. Halloween is around the corner, so you know what that means. It is time to throw on blackface. Again, I'm telling you, they do not vary from the script when it comes to doing this blackface every single year around this time. And I can pretty much almost guess what they're going to say. It was a joke. It's not done to offend anybody. Why are you being so sensitive? The usual spill. So, this story is coming out of a Six Flags. I'm not sure exactly what Six Flags it is, but it's coming out of a Six Flags, and the article is going to go into that, where you had these PC teens that were spotted in blackface. Like you can see one here. He has some stuff on his face. It's not covering his whole face, but I'm guessing he's with them. And you definitely see one here as well. And he looks absolutely hideous. He does too, but this one right here looks like a goddamn gorilla. And ironically, that's what they try to say we look like, monkeys. But it was also said that they was accused of airdropping racist memes as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. Social media has exposed a group of white teens who allegedly showed up to Fright Fest at Six Flags wearing blackface and racially harassing park visitors per Revolt TV. The teens were accused of airdropping racist memes and slurs to troll whoever was in the immediate area. A TikTok video posted by user Asia shows, I don't know if it's Asia or Asaya, shows a group of white teens walking up to the line of a ride with black paint smeared on their faces. It's unspecified which Six Flags locations they were in, but commenters suspected it was Six Flags Great Adventure in Gurnee, Illinois. In the video, one of the teens appears to ask a black person waiting in line if he likes his face paint. "What are you supposed to be?" they asked in response. The teen then explains he was trying to paint something else, but messed it up. Asaya also claimed in the TikTok that the teens airdropped a meme from the name Jigaboo Jones. The image was a screenshot with a picture of a black boy holding a toy with the message, "Buy me one." The response read, "No, black people can't be sold anymore." People in the comments identified the ringleader as Isaac Handley. Whoever it was, Yahoo reported his social media accounts have been since deleted. Some people in the TikTok comments tried to run to the teens' defense, claiming they didn't mean to be offensive. What did I just tell you? Now, while they didn't say it, they had people coming and being on code to run the interference for them. I knew that was happening. Like I tell you, they do not go off the script. Others said they experienced the same thing, airdropping all when they previously visited the theme park. At the moment, it's unclear whether these teens are connected to that meme. If they were adults, I wouldn't hold it past them to make old racist jokes. However, the instances of young white kids making a mockery of slavery and post-slavery racism seem to be more frequent. Spitting the N-word at black people, slave auctions, cotton picking pranks, or even whipping black students are all examples of horrors that happen not only in our past, but right now in our high schools. And it's crazy because every scenario that they just mentioned, I think I've talked about at least once just in this year alone. Because I remember all those scenarios that they just mentioned in that piece that I just read to you, going back to like February. And if I didn't talk about it in my commentary, I definitely talked about it, or not talked about it, but read about it. But they tried to say, oh, this is just, they thought, oh, this might fizzle out with the adults. And that's kind of what they were trying to say right here. Oh, we're so shocked that the teenagers are doing it. Why? Who do you think they're getting it from? Don't think that racism is just limited to just adults, because it's not. It seeps through. Like I tell you, Dub S and racism literally is, in my opinion, embedded into their DNA. For the past year, we've been advocating for critical race theory, believing it can build a new generation of anti-racists by teaching white kids the significance of things like blackface. Who's to say these kids aren't just treating this as a joke? Excuse me? Excuse me? I don't know who wrote that, but they sound brain dead. There's nothing. People need to understand what kind of society we live in right now, and what society we have been living in for a very long time. We are in a system of white supremacy. I don't know what it's going to take for some people to get that through their heads. Now, these knuckleheads would have got dropped. Like, for real, for real. Point blank, period. They would have got dealt with on sight. Because they think it's funny. They think it's a joke. Then, of course, you have people online that tried to run interference for them, like I knew they would, because they do it. Like I said, they do it every year. But if we was to make a mockery of an atrocity that came from their past, then you already know what's about to happen. You already know what's coming. They can dish it, but they can't take it. Every single year, this happens. And it's usually always the same type of response too. I don't know what's worse. This or the lack of a response, or the lack of the more proper response that is needed.